The Angry Chicken is a production of Amove TV. Bookmark amove.tv for more gaming and esports shows. The Angry Chicken is directly supported by listeners like you via patreon.com/TAC. And if you would like to see a live recording of The Angry Chicken, come on out to CreateCon in Orlando this July. Tickets and info over at createconvention.net.
Hey everyone! Get in here!
Ready for action!
I've got the beast in my sight.
A podcast about Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. This is the Angry Chicken.
It has been a while, but there is finally a new Tavern Brawl in Hearthstone, which means it's a new episode of the Angry Chicken Brawl for the top 2 Brawl. I'm Garrett Weinzerl. I'm sitting here with Willie Dills and Jocelyn Moffat. Welcome back, guys.
Yo. Hello.
Oh, man. Guys, right off the bat, how cool is this frickin' Brawl?
It's super cool, and then it settles into everyone playing the same deck.
Yep.
But
damn right it does.
Still super cool, and probably the best one we've had in maybe ever.
This such a supremely clever Brawl. So as is typical on the show, let's set it up for everyone. If for some reason you haven't logged into Hearthstone yet, and maybe you're just a diehard tacker or clucker or whatever it is you cool Angry Chicken folks are calling yourselves nowadays. I'm just out of touch and I'm an old curmudgeon. Maybe you just wait for the Attack Brawl episode to come up before you check it out. But so the Brawl is you pick 2 cards and your whole deck is those 2 cards. Now, do we know if is it 15-15? Is it like equal?
I have no idea.
Does anybody know for sure? Does it say anywhere? I would assume yes.
I would feel
make
like
the most sense.
I feel like
But
it would
who
have
knows,
to be,
really?
right? Because you could really have some issues with the system if it wasn't.
I guess it would be possible to know for sure if you were paying attention while playing the Druid Mill version of the Brawl deck, which is the Cold Light Naturalize. But every time I've done that, I've never just paid enough attention to count them all. So someone in the chat probably knows. They always know.
That's a good point.
I'm going to guess yes. I'm going to guess it's exactly 15-15 because that just makes sense.
Well, then some people who have played the Innervate and then the Yogg deck.
Also known as the correct way to play this Brawl.
They must have just had the most ridiculous luck ever because I've seen them just go like turn, I can't remember if it's 2 or 3, and just like Innervate, Yogg.
That's how all...
You can
So they had the
away.
whole hand of Innervate.
Mulligan away your
One
Yoggs because I did Innervate with Yashiraj, and
which is also
kind
super
of the same
cool.
thing. So turn 1 Yashiraj pulls out another Yashiraj, if you go second anyway. Because you can do, 3 Innervates and a coin? Or 4 Innervates and a coin? Yeah, whatever it was. I played Yashiraj turn 1. And then on turn 2, I had 4 of them. And then the guy conceded. But, you just, if you mulligan away properly, then yeah.
Yeah, I did the turn 2 Yogg, and then I think after turn 6 I played a Yogg every turn.
Makes sense.
And it was the kind of silly that one can only ever hope for in the world of Hearthstone. Like oh damn it. That Yogg Saron was built for this Brawl.
Well, actually, Mech Warper was built for this Brawl.
Yes. Oh my god.
Yeah, congratulations everyone. You're so clever. I'm not salty about running into Mech Warper deck after Mech Warper deck after Mech Warper deck at all. Guys,
the funniest stream I think I've ever watched in my life was actually last night. I don't usually donate to streamers, but I was watching Dog play last night, and this was pretty late at night. I had finally got done with editing the vlog that went up today, and I was like, oh god, okay, let's see who's streaming. Anybody I like. And Dog's streaming. I'm like, cool, I'll watch Dog. He's playing some weird deck, and he decides to jump into Brawl for a little bit because I guess he's kind of going through a rough patch. So he's like trying out some weird stuff, and then he keeps getting these donations that say, hey, have you tried Mech Warper Metal Tooth Leaper? And he's like, yeah, I have one win, and that was the deck I played. I get it. I know that's the combo. And then after a while, everybody kept donating, saying like, have you tried Mech Warper Metal Tooth Leaper? And then eventually it just a meme appeared out of nowhere. So finally, people started giving like entire stories, backstories. So I sent him a donation, and it was like, hey dog, I'm from the future. The world has been taken over by people who try to play fun decks in this Tavern Brawl. I'm here to tell you, play Mech Warper, Metal Tooth Leaper. And so like it just kind of snowballed into that. It was amazing. So if you want to watch probably the funniest like 5 minutes of Twitch you've ever seen, go check out his VOD from last night. It's insane.
Oh man, that's great. Yeah, but this is I gotta say, like my first like 5 to 7 games I was having a terrible time, like absolutely awful time with this brawl. And I was getting to the point where I was pretty sure that I only liked this brawl from a community discussion standpoint, not really at all from an actually playing it standpoint, until someone suggested, dude, innervate Yogg. And I'm like, well, why did I think of that? I went and played it, and sure enough, guys, I've looked like the Joker all day while I've been playing this brawl. It's really fun. So, but really, it's been awesome just from our standpoint, like as podcasters who cover Hearthstone. It's been so great watching our Twitter feed of
oh my god,
like usually I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? And like you see kind of the same thing over and over again. It's like, okay, guys, we get it, but like I have not seen the same thing maybe more than twice. Everyone's
and for the longest time, I couldn't figure out, because I hadn't actually been in to see what the brawl was yesterday. So like I kept getting all these tweets with like these 2 cards being like, oh, I just got wrecked by like Mana Worm with arcane missiles. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like that's 2 cards. Like, what are you talking about? I got into the brawl and I was like, oh, this makes a lot more sense.
I had the exact same experience. I was slammed with work yesterday, so I just put my head down. I'm like, whatever. I'll first thing in the morning, I'm gonna log in and play some brawl. But I'm my phone's lighting up like, bloop, bloop, yeah, 2 cards. I'm like, what is this brawl? Whatever. I'll figure out tomorrow. And I log in today, and I'm just like, oh.
And that's why, like, it's so great for discussion, because it just all over the place. It's so easy to be like, oh, I did this and this. It's like these teeny tiny little bites, as opposed to like, here's my big huge deck list, and I tried all these different combinations, and this worked and this didn't. It's like, no, you got 2 cards. It either works or it doesn't. Go, talk, discuss.
Yeah. This whole episode could seriously be us saying, all right, chat room, we want your 2 card combinations going. We could just sit here and read it and have a great time.
Sure. Well, I posted a bunch of the ones that you're going to see in the notes, because there are very common ones. This here's what it comes down to, though, when you play it a bunch, because I think I've got 15 or 20 wins in this one, which is the most I've ever gotten in it. But the wins and losses are so fast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
When you play the OP ones, people concede as soon as you drop 4 target dummies, because they know what's happening. So, but like there's a whole bunch of OP ones. But then there's the fun ones, which I think is like the ones that actually matter. So we can just like list off the OP ones. Mech Warper, Metal Tooth Leaper. That's the best one.
Yeah,
that
also
just is the best one.
Also known as, you literally ruined this brawl for me.
Yeah. the thing is, but when people are doing it, you're like, okay, this guy hates fun. He's just trying to grind out 100 gold as fast as he can. I get it. Whatever. Moving on, you just concede, you move on.
I had a lot of fun playing Mech Warper Metal Tooth.
Well, yeah, you did, but your opponents didn't. But the thing is, like, after you do it once, you get it. So, like, I did it a couple times, and I was like, okay, I get it. I wait until turn 2, and then I deploy my entire hand onto the battlefield.
Yep.
And then I beat you next turn.
Although I almost got completely wrecked by another hunter who was playing Doomsayer Quick Shot, because he put down the Doomsayer, and then I couldn't play anything, and I couldn't kill it. And then he had the Quick Shot to just take out all my 3 health minions. So I ended up winning because he ran out of Doomsayers, and then I just filled the board.
Yeah, if you just wait for him to run out of Doomsayers, then you'll win. Because I tried some weird stuff too, where you play like ice blocks and stuff. And yeah, sure, it's great, but when their board is just full of mana worms, you just run out. Eventually, you don't draw ice block, and then you're like, "Well, I'm at 1 health, so okay."
I did really well with the ice block fireball one. That was the first thing I switched to when I finally was just like, "I hate you, Mech Warper, Metal Tooth Leaper," and I just want my pack.
But the problem is it's too slow, because if you by turn 3 you play your first ice block, or turn 2 if you have the coin, and then your fireballs cost 4 mana. They have a full board already, and they just keep putting it on, and then they'll get you to 1. and then then they just kill you at whatever point they want. And they're a hunter too, so they have constant damage that they can put in. So.
I didn't. I think that was like the first. Once I switched to that, was the first time where I didn't go up against Mech Warper, Metal Tooth Leaper. Can't remember what I played against, but it worked really well.
It is rock, paper, scissors, though, because there is a deck that literally destroys Mech Warper, Metal Tooth Leaper, and that is Wild Pyro, Power Word Shield.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're absolutely right.
You wait till they deploy their entire hand, and then you just kill everything, and then they can never come back because they have one card at a time.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter anymore. So you literally just do nothing until the moment they do the entire thing, and then you just go, cool, great story, bro, Wild Pyrancer. And then tons of Power Word Shields.
I just remembered the deck that I beat with the Ice Block Fireball Mage. I was playing against the Upgrade Warrior.
Ah, yes. I tried Upgrade Shield Block, and that was actually pretty dope because you draw into more upgrades and you build armor, so you never run out of upgrades. You just keep smashing their face, and you never die.
Yeah, Cheesy Bob in the chat room said he did Loot Hoarder and Upgrade.
Sure. So it's a similar thing, just a little bit quicker. But yeah, my point was I wanted to outlast people who were doing the crazy spam stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, this will work pretty well. But you can also do Iron Sensei with Mech Warper, which was pretty fun. Because once you get a bunch of Mech Warpers and a bunch of Iron Senseis, they all just buff each other. It's a little bit slower. You're not going to kill them on turn 3 as often, but you'll kill them pretty fast. Target Dummy Bolster, super OP. Cold Light Oracle Naturalize is the mill deck.
That was the very first game I played, was against that, and I was trying the what was it, Totemic Might and Primal new card, can't remember, Shaman deck.
The buffing thing.
Yeah,
okay.
don't
that doesn't work.
Just don't.
It seems
there
really.
is a Totemic Might deck though that's kind of fun, which is Tuskar Totemic Might, because you play a 3/2 as well every time.
Yeah. The problem with just relying on your hero power is if you go up against those Oracle naturalized druids, they'll just keep naturalizing.
Yeah, you never have anything on board.
Your one totem, and then you have 2 spells that can only be used when there are totems, so you just get milled to hell and back.
Exactly, yeah. Manworm Arcane Missiles, another one that's really popular. Wild Pyro, Power Word Shield, I said. And then Brave Archer Quick Shot was incredibly powerful because once you empty your hand, your hero power hits for like 16 or whatever it is. Like, it's crazy. So, yeah, that one was pretty fun too. And also, these will destroy anything that's not like spams faster, like any of those types of things. So. Those are all the OP. There's plenty of like little OP combos. Everybody thinks that their version is the broken one, but they're all rock, paper, scissors, essentially. One beats another beats another, which is kind of fun about it. Like, even though you might have like the most powerful thing, you're like, this can't be beat. You can come up with something that will beat it if you just think about it for a second.
Yeah, it's kind of the fun bit about it.
I think that the key kind of, if you want to have a little bit of staying power, is to have one of your 2 cards be some kind of removal. Like Dills, you mentioned Wild Pyro and Power Word Shield. I mentioned the Doomsayer, like just something that can help you deal with the board, because a lot of the really overpowered quote unquote decks either flood the board or have like really, really big dudes that they drop really early. So if you have some sort of a stall or a removal or something, then you're probably going to do pretty well.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Or you're playing against me and I drop a Yogg, so good luck to you, because it's in the hands of the gods now.
Yeah. The thing is, though, that if you're trying to do some specific combination, you can't really make room for removal. So it's like I either do some specific combination or I'm trying to counter something specifically as well. But I just kind of went the route of, once I got this, I was like, okay, I tried all of these kind of OP versions of things, and they're fine. You see why it works, because you do something and then they can't beat it. I just had a really good time coming up with really weird things. So that was what I thought was the funnest, was doing that and then hoping that you go up against someone else trying to do something weird as well. Because you cannot beat, if you're doing Prep Burgle, you cannot beat Mech Warper, Metal Tooth Leaper. You just cannot. But you're having a blast.
Burgle's so fun.
Yeah, Prep Burgle too. You on turn 1, you just Prep Burgle and you draw 2 cards. And you just keep doing that. And then you have these cards. Then it's up to RNGesus if you get good stuff or not. And then also Holy Wrath Molten Giant was super fun. Always beats the Cold Light Oracle Naturalized, by the way. You hit him for 25. You have to wait a long time to do it, but you're not playing anything, so they can't naturalize anything except their own guys, so they just don't mill you fast enough. And then, Innervate Loatheb. Did you guys try this out?
No.
Dude, this is awesome. So many people are doing weird spell things. And then you just innervate Lotheb, and then you Lotheb again, and then you Lotheb again. And you're like, what's up now? It was actually pretty fun.
I just thought of one that
one.
I haven't seen anyone mention, and I want to try now, and I want to know if you guys tried. Did you guys try Innervate Elise?
No.
No.
I don't think you'll draw, but you have to draw.
But you have half of your deck is
game.
Elise, so you're just seeding map after map
you're
after
putting
map.
more and more maps in your
Putting
deck.
more
yeah.
maps, but it's still super slow. You're gonna have to hope somebody's playing something incredibly slow for you to actually ever get.
I
to a
don't
goal.
care. Just the thought of it makes me really happy.
Absolutely.
You need to play that game against a friend where you're both doing that or something.
Sure. And
Yeah.
just kind of see what happens.
Yeah.
Astral Communion, by the way, with the new Deathwing, super fun. Because once you get one Deathwing out and then you draw another one,
Oh shit, you're right. He's a
you just keep
crook.
getting free Deathwings.
Oh god.
It was pretty sweet.
Oh.
Either Deathwing, really, though, because just getting one Deathwing out. Like what I did it once, where the guy played the Metal Tooth Leaper thing, and then I Astral Communion and played Deathwing right after that. And they were like, "Oh, okay, I concede." Yep. Got a handful of stuff, don't you? Or a deck, or a board full of stuff. Well, Deathwing. But here's the coolest thing about this brawl: Angry Chicken, Mark of Yasharash.
Yes.
Pretty
Angry
freaking
Chicken
dope.
finally has his day.
Yep. Still not the best thing you could play, but
No, it's not. But
Yeah.
it's still.
yeah, makes my heart just smile. Absolutely love it. Thank you, everyone who suggested. We did have multiple suggestions of guys, Angry Chicken, Mark of Yasharash, go.
Yeah.
Anytime Angry Chicken is even a hint of viable, we get just blown up with, oh my god, have you guys thought of this about Angry Chicken? Yep.
Love it, absolutely love it. So, keep your suggestions rolling in over the weekend, folks. I'm not sick of reading them.
Yeah, and I'm not sick of playing them, and that for me is really weird because 9 times out of 10 I go into Brawl, I get my pack, and that's pretty much it. Brawl is probably my least favorite game mode, and I'm terrible at Arena, so for a Brawl to make me want to keep coming back for literally no reward other than just the experience, like, that's a good frickin' Brawl.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. This one is the only one that I've actually gotten up to 10 wins in a while, a really long time. You can get wins really fast, too. So
Yeah.
one thing I will say, though, it is annoying that Brawl somehow still ends up with a meta. And I get, like, when people, like, it's fun to win, but, man, I just wish people would go into a game mode like this and just have fun, but... they just go in and they just grind Metal Tooth Leaper Mech Warper decks all day. Like, is that fun for anybody?
I
I
love
don't
that.
know. What I've been doing is like I've been going onto ladder and I've been losing and I've been feeling really shitty about myself. And then I play a Brawl and I play Mech Warper and Metal Tooth Leaper and I feel good again.
Okay.
So it's nice to just have a game mode with a deck that I know is probably gonna win. And even if it doesn't, I can't lose stars in this mode. So
True.
Hey, to each their own. Also, Dills, I love that typically on the show we are critiquing Team 5 and what they have made, but really you're just critiquing humanity.
Pretty much. I mean, it's to me. I want there to just be a mode in Hearthstone that's literally just for fun, and we just don't have it right now. Even the one that is just for fun isn't just for fun.
there should be like
And-
a checkbox or something when you go to load up the mode. Are you here for fun? Yes or no? If you check no, it boots you back to the main menu.
The only way to truly just do something off the wall and ridiculous is to play against your friends. Like when you do something completely off the wall and ridiculous, you just get smashed in the face by Metal Tooth Leapers over and over again. And that was, I mean, I tweeted about it last night. I was like, I get it. People are grinding. Like, I understand. Physically, I understand. Mentally, I understand. I get it, what you guys are doing. You're grinding quests and you're grinding gold or whatever it might be. It's not that I don't understand that. But it's just still annoying. And the same thing with casual mode. It's annoying when I go into casual mode to play some weird fun deck because I'm sick of like tryharding. Mm-hmm. And I go in there and then a guy's like literally just playing the meta decks I was just playing against. I'm like, what? Can I just have somewhere where I can go? Is there nowhere we can go just to have fun?
Challenge
There's no
friends.
Disneyland in this game.
Just go up against friends and be like, fun decks only.
Well, yeah, but not everyone has that option, you know?
Yeah.
Not everyone has a bunch of friends playing Hearthstone. So
Yeah. If you
like,
don't, have a bunch
we're
of friends
spoiled.
who
We
play
probably can do
Hearthstone,
that.
you should go to our TAC podcast Reddit. Because
Okay.
there are lots of people over there who are lots and lots of fun and always posting battle tags and always looking for friends. So if you need Hearthstone friends, that's where you should head.
I agree. tacpodcast.reddit.com. Should
What
go
he
check
said.
it out. In wrapping up, the other thing I'm really excited about this brawl is it actually makes me excited to see it repeated in the future after more cards are added, because this will be a really cool brawl anytime there's a new influx of cards.
I would like to see 3 cards and 5 cards and all kinds of weird stuff where they do this
What
again.
if they did 30 cards?
No, let's not do that, brawl. But
But it forces you to play 30, so it's the Reno brawl. Like, you can't have doubles.
Yeah. Oh,
like
you can't
30
have
unique
duplicates.
cards.
Okay. But I was thinking about this too, and I was like, would it be viable to have the single card brawl? Because people do talk about that. What if you built just a deck with 1 card? What would it be? What would
Ooh.
win? The thing is, I think there are some.
Sure bait.
Yeah, I think there are some cards that just literally would just win over everything else. So it doesn't quite work the same as this. But 1 card would be interesting still. I don't know. It's fun to have these things where we can bend the rules in such a crazy way. So
Yeah.
give us more. Give us more of this, more weird stuff. I love it.
Yep. So what would, Jocelyn, what would you give top 2 brawl?
2 2s out of 2.
All right. So are you, while wearing a tutu?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Dills.
I would give this. I would give this brawl. Oh man. I'll give this brawl 0 out of 2 because Mech Warper and Meltooth Leaper have ruined it for me. But I loved it. I loved it, but god damn it.
So it should be like 1 out of 2 then.
It made me happy that we don't have to deal with mechs anymore in regular standard play.
Well, guys,
I was like, thank God
Mech
this is
of 2.
gone. Yeah.
I give it 15 dead mech warpers out of 15 dead metal tooth leapers.
There you go. It's just it's got so much potential, and then you just play against that. It's like when Death Rattle Hunter was the strongest deck, like by far, and you're like, Hearthstone isn't fun anymore, guys. And this is supposed to be a fun game. That's kind of the feel that I was getting, but still had a great time every time I queued into somebody who wasn't that. You just got to concede all the games where you see the Mech Warper hit the board. Once the Mech Warper hits the board, just the proper play, hit the escape button, hit the concede button, move on to the next one.
Or become vindictive and build a deck specifically aimed at countering that deck.
There you
and
go.
run
Wild
around,
Pyro, Power Word Shield.
run
I'll
around
do it every
like the
time.
Tavern Brawl Batman smiting the Mech Warper Metal Tooth Leaper Jokers. It'll be great. It will be absolutely wonderful. Well, let's take an email or a story. I'm not sure which it is. I believe it's a story.
story.
But before we do that, let's thank some of our patrons because you guys are to blame. It's your fault that we're doing these Brawl episodes whenever there's a new Brawl. If you'd like to support the show, you can go to patreon.com/TAC to do so. This episode, let's thank Arndt Ivor O, Boic J, Jarek D, Elias C, Melissa H, Leon C, Philip W, and Ronik P. Thank you guys so much for your support of the Angry Chicken. Hope you enjoy the story from Matthew, who writes in and says, "Hello, Ballistic Birds. Going for the shortest story possible. Okay. Mage versus Mage. Opponent picked Lorewalker Cho and Portal. I picked Portal and Yogg's Servant for the most casino mage ever, finding the fun. Late in the game... Do we know what Brawl this is from? Is it from this
This
Brawl?
one. It's this one, yeah.
Okay.
This one, yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Late in the game and many portals later, Yogg's Servant throws Rafam's Curse. Oh. Opponent drops 3 Chos onto the board, a sarcastic hello, and the curse card, dropping 3 copies into my hand. Oops! So on my turn, I play all 3 curses back, filling her hand with 9 curses for 18 total startup turn damage and lethal. Oh my
Whoa.
freaking god.
Yeah, I think when there's 3 Chos on the board, you just hold those I don't know. What do you even do in that situation? You hold the curses and take 6 damage a turn? I guess that's
Well,
what
the
you do.
original, the opponent should have held on to it at first.
Well, because 6
Yeah.
damage a turn is better than 18, for sure.
Yeah.
But I think you're in a no-win situation all of a sudden. Because taking 6 damage a turn certainly doesn't win you the game either. But yeah, that's whoops. That's bad.
That's a little ridiculous. I
Yeah.
love it. I absolutely love it. Here's a Refament show. That's so cool.
See, this is the fun that I wanted to be having. There you go.
Well, someone's having it. And clearly, you just have to play Casino
know.
Beach Brawl and just do Servant at Portal.
Yep.
I'm in. I'm in. I'm down. Let's go.
Really, everyone, this brawl, I want you to embrace the RNG. Listen. This is the spokesman for anti-RNG coming to you right now, and I want you to embrace it. Embrace the random. It's fun.
By the way, you know what's a cool card for this brawl too that I still haven't tried out is Forbidden Shaping. I really want to try that.
Oh yeah, I've seen some people tweet at me saying that one was a good one.
Oh, I bet that would be cool.
Because every single turn you just play something that costs that much mana.
What would you pair it with?
Oh, crap.
I want to say people were saying Power Word Shield.
Yeah, you could do Power Word Shield just to continue to draw, so you never run out of cards.
Yeah.
But you could also do some sort of like removal. Like you could do like a Holy Smite or something like that. Like something that can actually get rid of something. That might be interesting.
Especially things with 3 health.
Yeah.
Which seems to be an issue in this brawl.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there's definitely there's something that goes along with this pretty well. It's got to be some sort of thing to protect your board, right? So
Yeah. Excavated Evil would
Evil though takes too long to get there. You're already dead by turn 3 if you go up against those decks. So you need something that kills them like
What's
ASAP.
the one that also damages your board that was added this expansion and has all the Murlocs being sucked into the vortex?
Power Word Horror?
Is that it?
Yep, that won't work either though because
I think that's only 2 damage, isn't it, on turn
it's
4?
things with less than 2 attack.
Oh, right.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Is it 2
And
attack?
the thing is,
or
you can't do Shadow Word Pain because they all have higher than 3 attack by the time everything goes down, right? So
yeah,
I don't even know.
Why isn't this coming up in my search?
The thing is, if you're playing
it
a
is.
Forbidden Shaping deck, you're going to lose to the Metal Tooth Leaper deck anyway. You just are.
Yeah. Well, no, Shadowwood Horror would at least take care of the mech warpers.
No, because they get buffed by the Metal
They
Tooth
get buffed,
Leaper.
yeah.
Oh, you're right. Yep,
Yeah.
you're
The
absolutely
turn
right.
they all get played, they're all like 7-3.
Yeah, I think it's
stuff,
like
right away.
if you have 3 mech warpers and you can play 3 leapers, then you've got 3 8/3s, 1 7/3, 1 5/3, and 1 3/3.
You see, guys, I just concede when I see the third mech warper come out, so I didn't get that far. I just gave the screen the middle finger, and I was like, on to the next one. Let's see if my next opponent doesn't hate the world.
And Joss goes, woohoo, another win.
Yep. Oh. Anyways, everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to the Angry Chicken Brawl. That's going to do it for this episode. Get out there and don't be a Joss. Again, thanks to our patrons at patreon.com/DAC. Thank you for your iTunes reviews as well. This week, let's thank Jim the Shovel and Fish Fleas for the Angry Chicken Brawl reviews. Keep those reviews coming. Check us out on amove.tv and youtube.com/amovetv. Big thanks to our producers, Declan H., Peter Williams, and King Louie. You can get our swag over at bit.ly/amovestore. Coffee mugs, glasses, all kinds of cool things to put liquids in, as well as stickers. I believe if you put a sticker on your car, it adds 5 horsepower. That's what I heard. That's what I'm told, and that's what I'm going with. But anyways, Dills, where can folks find you?
You can check out the stream, which is, well, first on Twitter, I'm at Willie Dills. The stream is twitch.tv/WillieDillsSF, as well as the YouTube, which is youtube.com/WillieDillsSF. Brand new vlog is up featuring Garrett. Day before DreamHack, and lots of drinking happened. So
And cigars.
And cigars and all sorts of good stuff. We were playing Hearthstone, if you couldn't tell, on the patio here at my house, and it was quite fun. So check that out. It's pretty long, but it's worth it, I think. And there's some Dreadnought gameplay thrown in there as well. Specifically, D-Day playing Dreadnought while I play with a remote control helicopter behind him, because he was way better at it than I was. So I figured I would show you guys someone actually doing something relevant in that game. I still need some work. You can also check out the other shows I do, The Instance and Stormcast. And also there will soon be some Dills merchandise available, so keep your eyes on my Twitter and stuff like that. All the announcements will happen there, so looking forward to that.
Dills merch.
Yeah.
Joss, how about you?
You can find everything that I do over on jossplays.com. There's the Gamers In every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. We have game night tonight. We have ladies' night on Tuesday. And don't forget to get nailed on Friday. That's my show. That's not a... Damn it.
Nice work.
I know.
You knew what you were doing.
No, I really didn't. And
You knew exactly what you were doing.
One of these days, I'll learn to promote that show in some way that doesn't get me in trouble every time it comes out of my mouth.
It's hard considering the name you gave the show.
I didn't name it. The chat room named it.
Oh, what? Doesn't make the name different.
But yeah, so that happens on Friday. We do geeky nail designs on Twitch. It's super fun.
Awesome. I think it's really cool. Folks should check it out. You can follow the show at TC Podcast. You can follow me at Garrett Art. And you can catch me if you're watching live in a few hours on Into the Nexus with Kyle, where we're going to be talking about Heroes of the Storm. And I've got a new Angry Nerd, my solo show, coming out very soon. I promise, guys. It's been a crazy week picking up all the pieces after DreamHack. But anyways, that will do it for this episode of the Angry Chicken Brawl. Until next time, job's done.
Job's done.
Just
I was muted.
No!
Yes.